With several Good Samaritans lending a helping hand to the needy, daily wages and the homeless, very few are seen catering to the senior citizens during the lockdown. However, now the senior citizens can heave a sigh of relief, literally, because they have some riders coming to their help. Our correspondent Ashish caught up with the relief riders to see just how they come to the aid of the senior citizens.
Ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a nationwide lockdown, a lot of people have been, facing inconvenience. And a particular group that has been facing the most inconvenience is are people who are old and cannot really go out and buy groceries or even fetch essential items for themselves. So what a group of bicycle riders have done in the city is that they've formed a group called the Relief Riders. They've come together. Over 50 riders are a part of this group, and they are making sure that they go out on their bicycles and deliver essential items to these people who cannot really step out of their homes given their age. Right now, I have with me the man who's leading it all from the front, Mr. Bicycle Mayor, if I can call you that, because that's the name that you're usually addressed with, Mr. Satya, who is leading this group of riders. So first up, tell us about this group, how it was formed, and what exactly do you do?
So basically we've been doing the Cycle to Work program for a year now, and we gathered together and found out how can we use the bicycle very effectively in this lockdown period. And we came upon the fact that the bicycle is a tool that can be used very effectively during this lockdown. It's already reduced a lot of emissions because of not having too many vehicles around. We don't want to add to that. So we thought let's use our bicycles for something very good and very needed right now. So we figured out that the senior citizens are the most vulnerable now. The elderly are the most vulnerable. Their ability to get the disease is far more. So we needed to keep them safe and keep them in the house. So we decided to serve them by bringing in supplies, by putting essential supplies and bringing it to them. But we had to do it carefully. If we didn't want them to get infected, we also had to be very careful not to infect them. So we have about 65 riders as of today, 52, and it will be 65 today. So we have that many volunteers across the city who are delivering supplies. We have delivered almost 30 sorties so far in the past 1 week. And we take all kinds of precautions to make sure the senior citizens are kept.
I was getting to that actually. You guys are traveling all across the city. A lot of you guys, 50 of you, now you're saying the number will cross 60. All of you guys travel all across the city. It is very easy in case one of you gets affected. It is very easy for one of you to end up being a super spreader or a carrier. So how do you make sure that all of your riders are completely safe and they're making sure that they don't really end up being a super spreader?
That is why we have area-based thing. They don't come into contact with each other. They don't go anywhere. They just go and deliver these supplies from the nearest groceries to the senior citizens, because today the senior citizens are having lots of problems. The delivery boys are not there. The delivery services are not being effective, and they are not able to serve everyone, and we are able to help with the small supplies. Being on the bicycle, we can't carry weekly groceries. We can only do smaller supplies. So we carry medicines, we carry small supplies, milk, dairy products, and a few vegetables and stuff like that. That's what we stick to, and we stick to the area so we don't spread it around at all. So whatever is around the area, we map them and we only do there.
So how do the riders identify old age people? How do you know that there are certain particular houses in which you have old people and people who really need help? Do you go door to door asking people, or how's it?
No, so we have effective social media we leverage. We have ward groups, we have apartment associations, we have the social media this thing that is happening word to word of mouth is where most of it is traveling. We also effectively use the media. So now it is coming out and people understand that this is there. So we use technology, we use the WhatsApp medium, we use Facebook, we use email, we use all of these technology enabled tools so that we don't have to go out there knocking on doors at all. That's not the safest thing to do right now.
So clearly there you have it. That was the captain of the team, Relief Riders, explaining how exactly they go about all of this and how technology is something that they focus on to make sure that they help out the community that requires them the most. Of course, you have people helping out migrant workers, construction workers. You have people going there delivering food. But what about the people who have all the facilities but can't really get out of the house and really fetch essential items for themselves? This is what Relief Riders does for them. With camera person Wali, Ashish Parekh for News 9. Bengaluru.